This news update is brought to you by
This is a 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Tuesday, July the 29th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good evening. We begin with good news. Barbados secured its first medal at the 20th Commonwealth Games in Glasgow this afternoon. It came from Shane Brathwaite in the 110 hurdles. Brathwaite was one of 3 Barbadians in the final, including former world champion Ryan Brathwaite and along with Gregmar Swift.
It's Ryan Brathwaite. It's Sharman and Riley now, side by side. Can Sharman get there? Is it going to be Riley for Jamaica? On the line, it's Riley who wins it. Sharman takes silver.
The race was won by Jamaican Andrew Riley in a time of 13.32 seconds, with Britain's William Sharman taking the silver medal in a time of 13.36. Brathwaite's time was 13.49. Ryan Brathwaite clocked 13.63 to take 5th position, while Swift was 6th in a time of 13.74. Meantime, some of the athletes who participated in the IAAF World Junior Championships returned home today, but Golden Girl Akila Jones was not among them. Jones, who made history by winning a gold medal at the Games, is now scheduled to arrive in the country at 10 tonight. Her delay did not dampen the welcome put on by Sports Minister Stephen Lashley for the athletes. In other news now, members of the parliamentary group of the opposition Barbados Labour Party have been meeting this afternoon to discuss the future of the party. The talks follow last week's sudden resignation of St. Peter MP and former Prime Minister Owen Arthur from the 76-year-old party. Arthur handed in his resignation on the basis that he could no longer be a part of a party that had lost its soul and its way. The BLP members declined to speak to the media as they went into the meeting. University lecturer Dr. Henderson Carter urges Barbadians to pay the municipal solid waste tax to help restore the ailing economy. Delivering a lecture on the role of women in the 1937 rebellion last night, he said citizens should see the payment of the tax as their contribution towards preventing the country from returning to the situation which sparked the uprising 77 years ago. But while he appeals for compliance, he argues that people should take to the streets to press for affordable university education and health care.
One who believe that we should pay the solid waste tax. And I believe that because the government wants revenue. I would rather pay the tax than to have the money devalued, the currency devalued, and my money that is in the bank is worth nothing. So I'd rather pay the $200 or the $300. But I think that we ought to come together as a people, as a country, band ourselves together and rescue this economy. These are the struggles we now face 77 years after that rebellion of 1937.
Lawmen are seeking the public's assistance in locating a 27-year-old man in connection with a number of serious criminal matters. He is Hainsley Dacosta Browne, alias Fabian or Jarman, who last lived in Draxhall, St. George. Browne, who is 5 feet 6 inches tall, black complexion, and has brown eyes, is also wanted in connection for failing to appear in court. Browne is being advised to present himself to the police, accompanied by a lawyer or a family member. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact the Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. That's 1-800-8477. Police emergency at 211 or any other police station.
There's regional and international news after this short break. Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.
The news from our Caribbean neighbors now, fisher folk in Guyana are appealing to law enforcement authorities to put measures in place to protect their colleagues. The plea comes as the bodies of two fishermen allegedly killed by pirates washed ashore late yesterday. The two bodies bring to 7 the number of fishermen who have lost their lives in the last week. The fisherfolk who are worried about the development are calling on the government to follow an example set by Suriname for pirates to be jailed for a maximum of 35 years. And finally, on the international scene, a doctor who was at the forefront in the fight against Ebola has lost his life to the disease. Dr. Sheikh Umar Khan died just 1 week after contracting the deadly virus while working at a hospital just outside the Sierra Leone capital. Doctors Without Borders, in expressing condolence, described Khan as an extremely determined and courageous doctor who cared deeply for his patients. Sierra Leone is the hardest hit West African country with approximately 525 cases of Ebola. Guinea and Liberia are also battling the virus, which has affected over 800 people. And on that note, we end our 6 p.m. Barbados Today update, but we will be back again at 7 a.m. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumia Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. For the latest news and sports, I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a wonderful evening.
This news update is brought to you by